Hello and welcome yourself to Thursday Night Football with the Steelers and the Broncos.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the title. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Hey. All right, here we go. Green, 39!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
We got 3. Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll run with the backup. This is Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
All right, here we go. Blue,
They stick in the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
He checks this one down to Williams. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That's a good shot.
Take a glance now at the starters on the defensive side of the ball for Pittsburgh. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. #1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Set! 3-19!
They're going to look to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production. But I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
All right, here we go.
Win that turnover battle going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
One thing I never get.
One's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
All right, here we go.
Throwing on 1st down. Nicholson. It's brought in by Janis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Strong right. Strong right. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green.
On 1st down, Nicholson. Here's his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here we go now. Green.
Now carried by former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Blue 90.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, connect there. The throw. Nicholson. That's to his running back, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score and the defense. That is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 4 down.
From the gun, Nicholson. It's caught. And it's 8-0. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So the Broncos coming out now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys,
Hurry up, here we go.
closer
Blue
this time.
line.
Yeah, really get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are
Now
turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Blue 90.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
On second down, Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
All right, here we go.
This running
Green
game going.
39.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to run the football.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Riley Harrison. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. All day.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Hey. 4 down.
They go play action here on first down. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Here we go.
And unfortunately
Green
for them,
39.
the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A very solid gain of 27. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch.
Here they come,
Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
He'll get it up the middle, and he'll take this
All
from
right,
the
now,
9
lucky
down to about the
56.
7.
Lucky 56.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys
Now
are
let's
probably
go.
expressing
Green,
themselves to
39.
them as well. I would run here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And Forbath will put this one through, and they get on the board, trailing now 8-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
This one taken just inside the 10. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last
All right,
one.
here we
Throw
go.
it on the first play. Get the quarterback's pass.
See what happens. This is caught. It's Janice. Pushing him away.
Popped it right out.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. Odd. 5 down. Stand up in.
Looking to throw. Nicholson. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Very short kick. Taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this next drive in excellent shape. Right at the 50.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now defense. Do you play aggressively?
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit.
Green 39.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Hey, that's all day, baby. You're soft. Hey, take your socks
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Set. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up
Now let's
first
go.
and 10.
3-19. 3-19.
Off the bootleg. Nicholson. Short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
All right, now look at
First down
56.
completion
Look at
only netted him
56.
3. Second and 7. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman.
Let's go.
Standing by Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Where's
Down
that
2
first
touchdowns.
one
You just know
coming from?
defensively, you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline
Blue
immediately
90.
after the drop. They just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, that's caught inside the 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that
that's
sets
one
up
of
a
the
first and goal. Back in the first quarter, you said it. They need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Check Mike 99. Mike 99.
Operating from the gun. Nicholson. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Durham Smythe, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown.
I have no idea how to use the kicking feature.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3
He
sacks
chose
now,
to eat
and this team came
intestines.
into the game in the bottom
That's
5
a sign.
in the league in sacks.
Yeah, this
What's
is
going
not,
on?
it's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack
All right,
in
here we
that
go.
offensive
Blue
line, and they're putting
90.
it to good use.
Blue 90.
Now they'll throw here. Out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
I'm going to hit you all
Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Here we go now.
On third down, here's Williams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
When we put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing the offensive backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Alert. 3 down.
The final shot before break. Nicholson from right side is going to be caught by to the 43-yard line. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This one fielded at the 40, and he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. This is Bell on the dump-off. And they're running right through him. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. And they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On first and 10, Nicholson. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
4 down, 4 down. Here we go now.
To throw again. Nicholson, that's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. Back to throw. Nicholson. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit looser.
But how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up first and 10.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. The defensive guys, they have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
3-19.
On the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He's got it, and it's something that's complete. And he'll have it pass midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
You know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot and then connect banked it there and picked up a first down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Hurry up, here we go.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line.
Let's go.
And they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. I feel like nothing is working offensively. He's going down on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 22. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
That's where you belong. Set. Green 39.
They'll block the throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That's track.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5.
Here they come.
Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down.
Oh,
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season. They got it done on that one.
Here we go.
Outcut,
Green
ball was
39.
delivered, and picked up the completion.
He'll drop to throw.
Ain't going nowhere.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the
Crash,
13-yard line.
Crash.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Set. 3-19.
Back to throw here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Hot.
I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned,
Hurry
being
up,
an
here we go.
underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key. He's playing out this one.
Back to throw. And it is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone, we're thinking we're giving up 3, we just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done. One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it. The people call it dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the quick.
This is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 30 yards there. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
Throwing on 1st down. Nickel Nicholson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A very solid gain of 27. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10.
Hail Mary.
Looking to throw. Nicholson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
We got 4.
Back to the air on second down. Nicholson goes underneath for Bell. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Back to throw. Nicholson, and that is incomplete.
Blitz! Blitz!
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on fourth and goal.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Broncos are having some trouble.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled
Here we go.
out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Here we go now. Blue 90!
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Forced out to his left, and it's a fumble. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
All that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance.
Hey,
Where
here
they
we
took
go
control
now.
of this
Blue
game.
Niners.
How they've managed to
Blue
keep control of this game. And then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
Now let's go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
The Steelers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Nicholson. And the third down pass falls incomplete. Fourth quarter, you got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around and you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that. They
Here we go
finally get
now.
stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that will keep pressing. And this.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. In for the score. And the Broncos cut into that lead. So the first play of the drive, they strike through the air and score.
A lot of coaches like change of possession as a time to go ahead and strike. And that's what we saw there. Ball turned over. First play, right to the end zone.
Forbath able to convert the extra point. And the lead is down to 28-10. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
4 down, 4 down.
On first down, Nicholson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
You got 4 down,
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
I got you. Heavy, heavy, heavy. We got heavy.
Back to throw. Nicholson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wells. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
That's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and build a play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, hey, hey. We got 3. We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Looking to throw. Nicholson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The execution of that defense right there. The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
You're exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there
Here we go
already
now.
with this lead here in the 4th. but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreakers we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
They'll set up a throw. And Sutton calls it in over the middle. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Interception.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Pittsburgh, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Denver, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they will try to turn it around next week as they head down to Carson for a matchup with the LA Chargers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
And that will be the end of Thursday Night Football against the Broncos. Don't know. Okay. Next season game is the Ravens versus the Steelers for Monday. Yeah. right now, might as well. I'm sitting here. I'll be right back. I get a soda. Okay, I'm back now, y'all.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on E.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off. That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came in the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Taco Charlton in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage down the field. That pass rush, they are really working in sync right now.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Going right side here, and that's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traded some aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 4 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
And what we just saw there was exactly what they need against this defense. Big plays. They were able to pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Nicholson, and his throw's going to be incomplete. The starters now defensively for Baltimore.
Linebackers still often control defenses, and C.J. Mosley does exactly that for his. A Pro Bowler 3 of his first 4 years. Not only can he run and hit, he diagnoses plays so well, feels them out, and makes sure his team is organized and in the right spot on each and every snap.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have a look at it. 3rd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
First interception throw.
That hurts. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a second down.
And Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run. Tackled for a loss. Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. Introduced himself with authority on that play.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
We got
Perfectly
three
designed
down,
blitz
three
right
down.
there. They took
Hey,
that
fellas,
one
we
from
got
the
three,
grease
let's go.
board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
Hey. Set! Green!
Throwing on third and long. Wells, he finds Humphreys. And they work this
Here they
well
come, here they come, here
upfield
they come.
across the
Hold on.
45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum.
Hurry up,
They're
here we
three
go.
out. They're able to
Blue
avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense, because now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On second down, Hill. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up third and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions,
Here we go
I
now.
can just tell you, a
3-19.
change does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching
Here we go now.
downfield.
Blue 90.
When you can pick it up in
Blue
big
90.
chunks, and strike like that, have explosive plays. That's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
The numbers for Hill a week ago. 19 carries, 91 yards.
Hey,
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield. Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this game,
All right, here we go.
has got to be
Blue
priority
90.
one.
Blue 90.
On third down, Wells. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And they've got it here with a first down. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed. Because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit the backfield.
They'll get it out of the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time. What the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for
And they're going to get it. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. Third and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
And Tucker's kick right there is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try to take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another reception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row. They're going to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And now the 3rd down
Ball
throw
arrived even before I
incomplete as
fucking
well.
threw it.
I know coaches tell us all the time
I
that
know
a
I'm using
powerful
the
arm isn't the
Funko
number
lot.
one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps out the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. But I've been around enough of
here we
these
go.
coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up.
Hurry up, here we go.
Head scratcher. On 2nd down. Hill. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent game.
Still 2nd down.
Not on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Tight end right, tight end right. Now let's go.
Following the penalty, it's Hill. And some room to work. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
The reason that counter or misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction it starts initially. You've run that type of a play
Now
throughout
let's go.
the game. You've given
Green,
them that
39.
look, and now
Green,
you're going to counter
39.
things and bring it back the other way. It's a tendency breaker at times. And a lot of it is making sure that you have an illusion, almost like a magician. Look over here. But the play is actually happening over there, and that's where a running back's vision comes into play. See the hole in a place where people don't expect and get there with some
Hurry
speed.
up, here we go.
And that's exactly what he did on that play.
Back to throw. Wells. And his throw is incomplete.
Watch Mike.
He
Watch
kind of
Mike.
forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the
All right, here we go.
football.
319.
To throw on 3rd down. Wells. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes to the quarterback, you better get off and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that will make it 6-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 69 yards. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at... And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
Adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space. All you're really here, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. That's exactly what he got done there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Second down now. Hill, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ballgame. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the play.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Throwing on first down. Nicholson. A quick throw, but incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to, but when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Throwing again. Nicholson. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taylor Gabriel, his 4th touchdown on the
they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Short kick. One of the middle, take it down. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that free.
Here we go.
No doubt
Green,
those points
39.
or those
Green,
missed points do
39.
loom large. But here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school. I was taking no teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch that end, tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Here we go now.
Again, it's Hill. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Boy, I know you felt
I
that
think we
one.
can safely say that those types of
felt
plays are
that
the
one.
backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every
Hurry up, here
attempt.
we go. 319. 319.
From the gun on 3rd down. Wells. And this one is incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Yeah, look at that throw. It's funny. Drive.
Now let's go.
On 1st down, Nicholson. He's going to rifle. He's got a man. Complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
That's a big time pitch and catch right there. And partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's ball.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
And he is not going to make it to the
Got
end
everyone else
zone.
doing
This
that.
will remain a one-score game as the lead holds at 8. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line.
Now let's
Tell
go.
them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with
Here
you
we go now.
because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, Wells. Room here to run. He's got a 1st down and then set up midfield. 35-yard line. Give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this third quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On 1st and 10, Wells. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wells. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8.
Here we
This
go
will be
now.
3rd and forever.
3-19.
Operating from the gun. Wells. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
All day, defense, all day, all day. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing on 1st down. Nicholson. That's going to be caught by Kirk. The 30, 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Christian Kirk, 82 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
Harvey, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense
Hurry
of
up, here we go.
urgency has to take
Green
over for them
39.
here. They know
Green
the story.
39.
They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer is on the offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Set. Green 39.
Once again, Hill, he's been busy. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one,
All right, here we
they
go.
stopped him
Blue
cold. That, to me,
90.
that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Set. Blue 90.
From the gun, Wells. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
No.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
Hurry up, here we
There's a
go.
lot of pressure
Blue
on a 4th
90.
down call. Doesn't matter the distance. Stop to get it done as you noted, and they did.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catchy
Now let's
shot.
go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw again, Wells. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep
Here
the
we go
clock
now.
running.
Blue
Just go ahead
90.
and bleed the game out
Blue
that way.
90.
From the gun on 3rd down. Wells. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
On 1st down, Nicholson.
Oh, what the hell?
Down. The Ravens able to get to him. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Hut.
And they'll try to save the timeouts to use on defense if need be as he runs up and spikes it. The Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down.
Looking to throw. Nicholson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially like this 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Back to throw. Nicholson. This is caught. It's Janis. It's, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A big play there.
Yeah,
With his
buddy.
2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
That goof off a little bit. Not too much.
They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time? Maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them. The only thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? And are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
We got 4.
Operating from the gun. Nicholson. And he rifles one incomplete.
Crash.
should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense. Right?
That's true. You've said that before. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone,
and a big loss here as he's taken down. They got to get to the line quickly. Looking to throw on second down. Wells, and he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
oh man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief came down on offense. That fell harmlessly to the ground. Looking to throw. Wells. And he comes back with one complete. Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Set! Blue 90!
From the gun, Wells. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now let's go!
On first and 10, Nicholson, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away at second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
4 down, 4 down. Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Back to the air on second down. Nicholson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it on board. Back to throw. Nicholson finding Gabriel complete. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
And that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake.
Leopard! Leopard!
Operating from the gun. Nicholson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
I said it was clear.
Here's the Raven offense now ready for another possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just
here we go.
Drive here
Green
for pride.
39!
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? balls. Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Blue line it! Blue line!
Throwing again. Wells.
Check.
His throw incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Green 19!
On third down, Wells. And that will be incomplete as well.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on the hunt for Baltimore. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
Here we go now!
Throwing on first down. Nicholson. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better than it hits the ground, instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And able to find Kirk complete. Through an opening, and there he goes. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play.
So with that, have a good afternoon, and a good night, or good morning, wherever you are. Sayonara, and I'll see you guys for some Monday Night Football.